Soweto residents have blocked and barricaded roads as they protest over power outages in the area. 700 homes have had a week without power following disconnections by Eskom. Yesterday saw renewed protests following the failure of the utility to meet their 24-hour deadline. eNCA's Manqoba Mchunu is in Diepkloof with the latest on this story. Manqoba, I saw police also just driving around there in Soweto. Yesterday when we spoke to our colleague Nkosazana Dambuza, she was saying police are actually not very visible during the protest. How's it looking today? Maybe clean-up operations?
Well, Masika, I can tell you that the protest here is far from over. In fact, residents saying that they're going to continue with their protest. They're not out on the streets currently, but what we are seeing are those roads that have been barricaded by the residents this morning. Masiko, we have driven around this particular area, and I can tell you, Masiko, that we've hardly seen any police presence here. In fact, we have seen just a few Metro Police vehicles that have been driving. In fact, one of them I can see just there in the distance driving around this particular area. But in terms of the police that are actually manning this particular protest or this impasse that is here in this community, we have not seen any of the police, the South African police services, that is. We've only just seen those few cars. But just speaking to some of the community members, they're saying that they're not budging, Masiko, and they're saying that they're not willing to negotiate with Eskom at this particular moment while their lights are still switched off. And they're insisting, Masiko, that they're going to continue with their protest. I just want to move this side. What we are seeing of sheer amount of destruction here on the road. We've seen some of the road, the banners on the roads. We've seen the poles on the streets here being uprooted and placed on the streets. And we've seen rocks, burning tires here as residents vent their out here. I want to speak to one of the residents here. Swami, you're one of the residents that are affected here with this electricity issue. Yes. How has it been for you?
It's been frustrating. It's been 2 weeks. We were having a unveiling ceremony here. We couldn't perform our duties, to par because we didn't have electricity. And I'm frustrated by this because my late grandmother, paid electricity each and every month. When she went to the post office to go and pay, they told her she mustn't pay because the account couldn't take in the money. They told her she must wait for the letter. So Eskom is owing her. At the same time, they gave us a box to tell us that we must install a prepaid meter. They didn't do that because they said we are not on the system. But to our surprise, we don't have electricity. It's 2 weeks now.
And tell me, Swami, many of the residents here are saying that they simply cannot afford this 6,000 rand fine that has been imposed by Eskom. What's your situation?
My situation is, it's all lies, this whole thing. My neighbor is using prepaid. Each and every month she's buying electricity. So they must not put an umbrella on the situation to say everybody's not paying. People are paying here. People are paying electricity. It's only those houses that have those meters that they say they are stealing electricity. They must deal with those people. And they must restore the electricity because we have chronic patients. Our neighbors are sick. They are using injections and they must put them in the fridge. So we don't know what to do now.
Are you concerned at all about this situation? I know that at this particular point there has been no commitment from Eskom to actually reconnect electricity. Do you think that this perhaps could still go on for long?
Yeah, even if it goes on for long, we have adjusted. It's fine. We'll find other means to have energy in our houses.
And are you saying that you're going to support that this protest continues?
Yeah, it must continue because people are unemployed. How must they buy electricity? How must they pay that 6,000 rand if they only get that 350?
And what are some of the community members saying? What are they willing to pay? Because Eskom is saying that, this is a long-standing issue of illegal electricity connections in this community. Are you as community members also taking responsibility for illegally connecting?
No, there is no illegal connection. You can come into my yard or an electrician can come. There is no illegal connection in our houses. People are willing to pay. We are willing to pay that flat rate because in this economic situation that we are in, people are unemployed. That 150, I think it's enough, each and every house, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, those are just sentiments from one of the community members here who says that they're quite frustrated as residents. You can imagine not having power for almost 2 weeks. So they're saying that they're hoping that there would be a resolution to this particular issue. But we do understand, Masiko, that there is a meeting that is expected to take place here in this community this morning. And what we do know so far is that this meeting will be facilitated by the Premier's office. We do understand that they were here in this community earlier on in the week, and they promised to take the issues of this community to Eskom and then come back to give feedback to the residents about their engagements with Eskom. But Eskom insisting that they're not going to reconnect the lights up until the residents have paid up that fine of 6,000 rand. They're saying that they've lost 96 million in the past 8 months in this community alone due to illegal connections. But this lady that we spoke to saying that not all of them, not all the houses here are illegally connected. In fact, she's saying that some of them are paying their electricity bills in this community. And they're saying that they don't understand why Eskom would want them to have this blanket punishment on all residents, including those that are paying. And this is why they think that this particular action by Eskom is unfair. And we do understand that there is a group of lawyers that will also be taking issues. So, Swami, I know that you just came in now as I'm speaking, but how are you feeling about this electricity situation?
I'm so angry. I'm feeling right in Jangalendabale. Kokuqala bathi thina sithenga ugesi kuphi kephi asikeze sifakelwe thina ama prepaid meters siyaqala ukuyizwa sekucishwa akasiwoni ukuthi hayi bafethu kusoso sakasitshela ngama 6000 sosezabuthina ama 6000 so ready asisebenzi gcwele kanje siyamosha sisebenzi sibhorekile understand bhuti wami
So ngani seniwakhokhe
hayi uthi ngeke siwakhokhe ethi azame ukuthi bhadalani mbijana asisebenzi mhlambe noma athi khipani ke 50 rand sonke at least 6,000 it's impossible.
Okay, well, Masiko, the lady saying that they cannot afford to pay that 6,000 rand. They're saying that perhaps Eskom should look at imposing a flat rate in this community, but also try to charge perhaps an amount that is less than that 6,000, because many of the people, she says here, are unemployed and they simply cannot afford to pay up that money.